Welcome everybody to our show. This is Custom Fab Garage on our channel Octane TV on YouTube. Make sure you go down below and hit that subscribe button, and on top of that, make sure that you hit the notification bell so that you can get all the new content that comes out weekly and even every day.
The radio is extremely long, kind of like the BMW style. I'll measure that and see how far it is, if it's similar to the BMW and everything like that. But it is really, really nice. It does look super clean. Obviously, it's just extremely bright because of the way this is. But they were supposed to upgrade this, but it's still analog. I'm not quite sure why they did that. That's a kind of fail in my opinion, because the Bronco has a full digital dash. Full digital. This is full digital, even larger. So why would you leave this analog? It was supposed to be updated, so not quite sure. But this looks really nice. I will give them credit on that. We're going to start trying to take this piece off. I want to see what harness is behind here. So we're going to start by trying to pull this piece off, this long piece across. Let's see what happens. Okay, what we did is we took our plastic pry tool and we went all the way around here and pulled out, and we got this thing loose. So I think it's going to pull out all the way across. So we've got it off, but it's starting to get stuck right here. So I'm going to try to hit it from this side and come around. Go ahead and start popping this off, because I think what's going to end up happening is we're going to have to pop this off. We're going to have to pop this off and unscrew it here and unscrew it inside here to get this whole piece off. This is definitely not going to make it easier on anybody, because they should have just stuck it right there like they did last time, but whatever. Yep, I was correct. So you got one screw. We're going to pull this up here, and there's going to be we're going to pull this up, and there'll be a screw and a screw behind here. So we're going to take those off just to get this piece off. And that will also help us to get to this speaker as well. So it's kind of killing two birds with one stone. So one screw, one screw, one screw, one screw. Both this screw and screw came out with the right angle Phillips right there to get that one and that one out. Now we're going to take these two out. We kind of rock this to get it out, and then boom, underneath here you got two screws, 1, 2 right there. This one with a right angle, and this one with the right angle ratchet is the best and easiest way to get both of these out. Got those out. Just want to show you 1, 2 out, and then 1, 2 out. So hopefully this will pop right out. So I learned the hard way, getting this off, it will not come off here. So I finally got behind here, and you can barely even see it way back here, but this piece comes out the back side. I've never in my life, man, they are really stretching for a bunch of people to break stuff. Like, I think this was an afterthought, and they just completely butchered this up. There's that. About the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life. Wow. That, which I think was an afterthought. And I'll bet money. Yep, look at that. 1, 2, 3 screws. How are you gonna get to those? 1, 2, 3 screws. Stupid asses, man. How? God. Oh, look, comes right off now after you remove the 3 screws. What is the point of that? You guys made this really difficult on anybody to remove this. Not only do you have to remove all these 4 over here, you got to remove these 3 just to get that piece off. Stupid. Looks like from behind, you're gonna have to take, I took a stubby screwdriver and I went it from behind and unscrewed it that way. That's how I got to it. Never seen anything like this, I can be honest with you. We had to unplug this to remove the whole piece across. I'm gonna try to take this one off, 8mm off, and then 8mm off here. See if that gives me some leeway to pull this back, because it's moving down here, it's moving, but it's real tight right here. I just did that and the whole thing just popped off. That's crazy. Whole thing just came right off as soon as you take off those 3. And then this whole handle will come off. It's loose. right here, got that because I took that off. I'm gonna go ahead and take these side ones off, see if I can pull this piece down so I can figure out a way to get this off and get that off. Underneath here, 7mm here, 7mm here. And I'll bet money that we're gonna have to take this piece off, just like the driver's side. I'm guaranteeing it. Boom, that comes off 2 clips. And I'll guarantee you, oh, maybe I'm wrong. Oh, I'm wrong. I'm probably wrong. Okay, they don't have one underneath here. Maybe it's because they have these 2 underneath here. They don't need to have this one like the driver's side. The driver's side one has right up underneath here. The last screw to this puzzle is right, like, I can't even get to it with the camera. That's how bad it is. It's right back here, hidden way back here. I can't even get to it with the camera because the camera can't even get down there. It's right there. Here's the whole bottom piece, which comes off fairly easy. And then you can get right to the pod. Still don't know how to get that radio out though. I've tried everything. At least you don't have to take the whole dash off unless you're trying to get that radio out. So the only reason you have to take the whole dash off basically is just to get this plastic piece out. And then you don't have to take the airbag and all that stuff out like the other, like the 13 and under. All right, I'm not sure where I left off, but we have removed everything up here, the whole dash. Nothing's the same in this as it is the 23 and under 18 to 23 for 5 years. Maybe even the same on the Gladiator, I'm not sure, but I'm guessing if you have this screen, you're gonna have these plugs. So it is not the same as like the Uconnect style plugs. That sucks. So this is gonna make it very difficult. We wanna remove this pod right here, so we're gonna need to take the screw out here, screw right here, and then screw right here. So this is the 3 screws that are going to remove this pod. We want to get this out, interchange this with a new pod, and figure out how we're going to do all this. We got this out, and now we're going to need to unplug this plug, and then this will be completely removable. We're going to take off these 3 screws. So we got 1 screw here, 1 screw here, 1 screw here. We're going to take all 3 of these off so we can pull this out. What we're going to want to do is unplug it here. And then what we're going to want to do is push that plug right out to the back side right here, and we need to take that plug off. And then this is the piece that we're going to need right here to be able to transfer over to our new pod right here. And this pod is basically the JP1014. I'll put a link down to that in the description below. I'll show you the box over here. So this is the box that they come in, which is a Metra piece, which is a JP-1014. 2 new pods from Metra. They will fit 18 up Wrangler and 20 up Gladiators. This is the only thing that has not changed on the 2024. So thank God these work because I desperately needed those. You will want to take a set of pliers and you will want to pull these back, all these ones that are sticking out. And then when you screw your speaker in, you will also want to knock these holes, like this one right here. I think there's one right here. Yep. And then there's one right here. There's just a few, yeah, one right here. You'll want to put a screw in those screws after you screw the speaker in and seal it. I'm also going to put some Dynamat inside of here. KILAMAT, Dynamat. We also use Stinger mat, which I'll put a link to that in the description below. And then we're going to transfer this over right here and push it into that part right there. So that way everything will kind of just transfer over and you just put the pod in. This is the harness we're going to use, which is a 726514-12. That's the harness we're going to plug into this right here to be able to make this pod work. And we've also used the Dynamat KILAMAT inside of here to kind of beef this up a little bit because it is kind of thin plastic. Speaker is mounted in, and we did put one here and one here to plug up those holes. I did want to say that this did get cocked over a little bit. This hole did not line up, and these were kind of off a little bit as well, but the reason why is the magnet is so large right here, and there's a piece that goes down, the magnet is hitting up against it. So I just kind of moved it just over maybe 1/16 of an inch, maybe 1/8, and it fits right in there. And then re-screwed Basically, I re-screwed a new hole for here and I think here, but this one I got it to go in and this one I got it to go in. But other than that, we got this plug in, ready to plug in there. This is ready to go. Then all we're gonna do is take this and that plug right there, we're gonna plug it right into that and then bolt it right back in, 3 screws. So for video purposes, when you plug this in right here, which I don't even think it'll plug in because it's being so weird. Okay. So when you plug this into this, hold on, when you're plugged in, the green is positive on that side, green with yellow stripe is the positive. So just remember that.